Hello and welcome to Battleground Karnataka. It's the end of campaign as far as that high-stake battle is concerned. Plenty of roadshows and many more rallies. Remember, Karnataka goes to polls on the 12th of this month, which is day after. The BJP and the Congress have done everything to woo the voters there. The Prime Minister's blitzkrieg rallies, Rahul Gandhi's sharp repartees, and all of that has really marked the Karnataka elections. The entire top brass of the BJP campaigning there, Rahul Gandhi doing a press conference. And of course, this is a high-strung battle. So let me take this across to three very special guests who are joining us. Sanjay Jha, National Spokesperson of the Congress Party, Hitesh Jain, Spokesperson of the BJP, and Aarti Jairath, a political commentator right here on the show. I have to begin with you, Hitesh, and you know, as campaigning ends today for a high-stake battle in Karnataka, nothing really has been left to chance. There has been nothing left unsaid in this high-stake battle. The stakes, I'm presuming, are extremely high. To have seen the kind of acrimonious political campaign that one has witnessed in Karnataka?
Well, as usual, we have campaigned aggressively. We have placed the issues before the people. We had our ear to the ground. Like issues like farmer suicide, which are highest in Karnataka, how to resolve, what is the value addition that can be done. Second thing, we addressed the issues of infrastructure in Bangalore. There are certain civic issues that are happening. Third was the law and order issues. So, and for different cities, wherever the Prime Minister was campaigning, our leaders were campaigning, they had the ear to the ground and they placed the issues of the people. And we are convinced that the people and confident that people have understood our campaign and the message. And we are heading towards a very impressive mandate. When the votes are counted, we are very confident of forming a next government in Karnataka.
Okay, Hitesh Jain says, I'm very confident that the BJP will form the next government in Karnataka, and which is why the campaign has been so well oiled. It's been a ruthless political machinery that's been at war in Karnataka as far as the BJP is concerned. But I will take it across to Sanjay Jha from the Congress. And Sanjay, while it was, Mr. Rahul Gandhi who did the press conference and all of that, and I will cover that in just a bit, but it almost seemed that as far as the state of Karnataka is concerned, that the blueprint had been prepared by the state unit. Mr. Siddaramaiah sat next to your press party president as he did the press conference. Mr. Amit Shah did a round of his last leg of the rally, and Yediyurappa stood by him. So it was really a contest between the state unit, and will I be wrong to say that the national leaders were at best assisting the state stalwarts?
Is that question to me, Supriya?
Yes, Sanjay, that question is for you.
Well, Supriya, let me keep my answer very brief. Mr. Siddaramaiah's government has been performing outstandingly over the last 5 years. In all the opinion polls, the confidence that the people of Karnataka have on the economic development, the social issues, all this, challenges any state government faces, I think the government has, really come out with flying colors. If you look at all the opinion polls, right from the beginning, right down to the one I saw yesterday, the Congress party has been in the lead, both in terms of maximum number of seats and vote share. Clear manifestation that no matter how much of religious polarization and casteist politics that has been done by the BJP, Yogi Adityanath being their principal brand ambassador, Yediyurappa, a man who was actually in jail on corruption charges, being their CM candidate, the Reddy brothers who looted the state of Karnataka of 35,000 crores being very central to the BJP campaign. I think the people of Karnataka have seen through that game. And end of day, when you look at the track record, and I can reel off all the numbers, but now the campaigning is over. But whether it's Bangalore itself, whether it's other districts of Karnataka, whether it's bordering Andhra or whether bordering Maharashtra, across the length and breadth of Karnataka, the Congress's presence is very, very deep. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is that we have delivered, we have performed. And I think the Congress party has risen above what I call is very puerile, extremely pedestrian, very what I call as substandard rhetoric coming from the Prime Minister in his speeches.
Okay. No, both Hitesh Jain and you really didn't answer my question. My question to you was, has the state been the architect of this campaign, and have central leadership, both for you and the BJP,
Yes.
been mere assistants?
Yes.
To Hitesh Jain, the
Yes.
question was, this is a
Yes.
high-stake battle, nothing has been
Well,
discussed.
I can't.
But both of you haven't answered the question. But let me just take it
Supriya,
across to Aarti Jain.
No, Supriya, I can't.
Just give me a minute.
No,
Give me a
I
minute,
can't
Sanjay,
answer
I'll
for the
come-
BJP, but you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Mr. Siddaramaiah is the principal architect of the Congress party campaign, and he said it repeatedly. This is a battle between Mr. Siddaramaiah himself and Yedurappa. This has got nothing to do with the other leaders who have campaigned. Of course, they have, but this is a battle for the chief ministership of Karnataka and who will govern the state going forward.
Okay. I think Hitesh has a point there. Hitesh, very quickly make your point, because I want to go across to Aarti Jairath next.
Well, very simple. Sanjay Jha is making an excuse for Rahul Gandhi, because on 15th, when they will lose the poll and answer will be asked, has the Rahul Gandhi leadership failed? They are going to blame it on Siddaramaiah. So
We'll
now
see
they are
you.
very
We will
so the
see you
whole
on the
reason why
15th.
They want to pump it on
We will see you
Siddaramaiah
on the
to say that
15th.
This is not Rahul Gandhi's loss. But
The
this is
people
Siddaramaiah's
of
loss.
Karnataka,
Along with their, typical
the people of Karnataka will answer your political arrogance. The people of Karnataka will answer your
All right, so
political
people of
hubris and
Karnataka
arrogance,
will
my friend.
people of
Wait till the
Karnataka will
15th.
vote on the 12th, and you'll have to keep your date with us at 18 now to get you the best analysis. But Sanjay Jha and Hitesh Jain, just hold your thoughts there. I want to bring this debate to Aarti Jairath. And Aarti Jairath, as campaigning closed for Karnataka, it's a high-stake battle. There's no denying that. It's an extremely crucial election. We did see Rahul Gandhi do a press conference today. He took questions from everybody. Those questions weren't tutored. Those questions weren't prepared. He also said some very important things, and one of those things that he said was that Mr. Modi has anger within him, and it doesn't bother him on the personal attack that was made by Mr. Modi against his mother Sonia Gandhi. Has he taken the discourse higher by making that statement today? And was he bold? Perhaps, you know, I don't know if foolishly so, but was he too bold to do a press conference?
Well, I mean, you know, he's Congress party president. He did a press conference, as did Amit Shah, who is BJP, you know, president, as did Kumaraswamy, who is JDS president. So I think that was kind of like the traditional thing to do at the end of a very high voltage campaign. All the three party presidents just wrapped up, you know, the campaign on behalf of their parties on the last day of campaigning. You know, I mean, I think we've seen some really vicious personal attacks through this campaign, both sides. I mean, from the Prime Minister, you know, against the Congress party, and although he didn't take Rahul's name or Sonia Gandhi's name, but it was very clear who he was referring to. And I mean, I don't think it has ever been as vicious as we saw in this campaign. So in that sense, Rahul is right that there seems to be a lot of anger in the PM, especially against the Gandhi family. But, you know, I mean, you know, the point is that Rahul sort of got very philosophical about, you know, this anger in the PM and so on and so forth. You know, at the end of the day, you know, if you look at this whole campaign over the last 15 days, Supriya, this is a state assembly election. But, you know, the whole campaign, the discourse has gone all over the place. I mean, to Ambedkar, to the Gandhi family, to Modi and, you know, his obsession with getting rid of the Congress and this and that. Where were the issues for the people? You know, where were the issues for the people? Yes, I mean, they did talk about farmers and, you know, so on and so forth and, you know, law and order, but somehow they seem to be drowned in this emotional rhetoric that we saw from both sides. And I think that is really sad for the voters in Karnataka. If I was a voter in Karnataka, I would feel really cheated that all these guys came from Delhi and hijacked the you know, election discourse to you know, to a level which is completely beyond what is my essential interest today when I'm looking at who's going to be my next chief minister.
Okay. Fair point indeed. I think that's a very important point, that should the people of Karnataka be enraged about Rahul Gandhi and Mr. Modi and Amit Shah and everybody else coming and hijacking what should have been actually a state driven agenda. But I have a question, just a follow-up question to Hitesh, and then I'm going to come and ask you some tougher questions, Sanjay Jha. And Hitesh, the question is, while Rahul Gandhi got all philosophical and took this moral high ground about the Prime Minister being angry, in some sense, do you think in hindsight the Prime Minister erred in attacking Sonia Gandhi's Italian roots? Because this is an issue that's done and dusted, it's well settled. Why rake it up time and again? And do you believe that that has a potential to backfire?
Well, I do not think so. You should not look at from attacking Italian issues or this thing. It was basically what we were trying to point out, that Rahul Gandhi had no respect for Vande Mataram. They have no respect for the pride and culture of India. So from that perspective, if you will look at the entire campaign speech, or if you will look at the whole campaign that was run, the Prime Minister was talking about the pride of India. He was talking about the pride of Karnataka, basically. So you should not look at from this one aspect. And as far as the personal attack is concerned, it is not. It usually attacked for last 8 or 9 months. During the Gujarat poll, Rahul Gandhi has a vicious poll attack. Their account, the kind of language they are using, the only thing what they do is mock and abuse. At the end of the day, who was ruling Karnataka? It was Congress. Open challenge was thrown to Rahul Gandhi that you speak for 15 minutes about the achievement about Karnataka. If they feel that the issues are getting hijacked and people are talking, why did you not accept the challenge and place before the people for 15 minutes what are the achievements of Karnataka? At one end, you do not even spell the important important personalities of Karnataka. You cannot spell their names. You are given some written paper, you try to make a hash out of this, and then you are reminded about this. Then I'm surprised like R.C. Jairath is talking about all these issues. But the fact is, Prime Minister spoke, somebody like yesterday in the campaign, he was talking about the grape production. He was talking about the supari production. He was talking about the infrastructure in Bangalore. I think all the issues were raised. People only look at that 2 or 3 minutes other fun, but people ignore the 42 minutes of speech which focuses on clear issues of Karnataka.
All right, Hitesh, you've made a spirited defense of your party, and I wasn't going to expect anything else from you. But R.C. Jairath, before I go back to Sanjay Jha and ask him a specific question on why is Karnataka crucial, I have to ask you this question. You know, earlier today, the Prime Minister had this televised address with the Bharatiya Janata Morcha, the youth Morcha, and of course, the government has been making all the right noises on how they want to bring about an ordinance to set the SC/ST Act right, the Protection Act. Is this also and you know, he's telling the Yuva Bharatiya Janata Party leaders to go to the households of SC/STs and Dalits and assure them that the government has done a lot. What is this a sign of? Is this a sign of a sudden consensus that has come about SC/STs, or do they realize that they were perhaps too late to react to this? This is an issue that could backfire. What is this a sign of? I'm just trying to understand from you. R.C. Jairath?
Well, you know, I mean, for the last several years, you know, the BJP and the RSS have been doing this major Dalit outreach. And, but, you know, unfortunately for them, you know, there have been many embarrassing moments through this entire project Dalit outreach. Because, you know, you've had that incident in UP where that minister went and, you know, he took his own food, his own water, his own bedding, his own, you know, whatever. And you know, that became, it was publicized all over that, you know, he didn't want to eat the food that was actually prepared by the Dalits. So, you know, in fact, the RSS chief had to, you know, caution the BJP and say that, you know, if you're going to do this outreach, you should do it in a genuine manner, not like this. You know, and then we've had this whole agitation by the Dalits countrywide, nationwide, when they went on this, you know, protest demanding that Supreme Court, you know, order on the SC/ST Act be overturned. So, I mean, the fact is that the BJP has had a very tense relationship with the Dalit community across India, and it started with Rohit Vemula's suicide in Hyderabad University, when the center seemed to be, the HRD ministry seemed to be oblivious of the family's grief, and in fact, you know, was quite cold, you know, when this young scholar died. And since then, you had the incidents in Una, you've had a lot of Dalit clashes with Dalits in UP ever since Yogi Adityanath became chief minister. You know, we are a connected country today, a connected world. Everybody is hooked up on WhatsApp and, you know, Instagram and television and this and that. Something's happening in UP, it plays out in Karnataka as well. And I think Dalits are very conscious of what is happening with Dalits across, you know, India. So I think whatever the PM has been doing, you know, his whole emphasis on Ambedkar and rubbishing the Congress and saying that the Congress did nothing for Ambedkar, we are the only ones who've, you know, bothered to honor Ambedkar. You know, it's all part of that, trying to justify and trying to say that, look, whatever may be happening on the ground, it doesn't matter because actually we're really concerned about that.
I get that. Okay, you know, I just want to take this discussion back to Karnataka, and Sanjay Jha, I have to ask you this question. Is it more crucial for Congress to retain Karnataka than BJP to win it? Because this is the last of your strong bastions, the last of the humming economies that you actually hold. Is it more crucial for Congress to retain the Karnataka stronghold?
Of course, it is crucial, and we are going to retain it comprehensively with a decisive win over the far above the halfway mark. And you know, I want to make one point, Supriya, that Mr. Rahul Gandhi held a press conference, took questions from various media representatives, tough questions, provocative questions. It's astonishing that the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy, 4 years after becoming Prime Minister, seems so apprehensive and scared of taking questions from the media. That itself is a story. But you know, let me answer this. You know, when the BJP talks about the issues of Karnataka, let me tell you, the Karnataka issues are in its place. The real reason why Narendra Modi is lowered the political discourse to an abysmal low, a nadir, is simply because I think he's got nothing to talk about. What are his achievements? Farmer suicides, rising joblessness, low private capital investment, you know, persecution of Dalits and harassment of the minorities. The whole environment in terms of...
let me come in,
one minute. The entire national security, foreign policy. I mean, Narendra Modi has been the biggest mammoth disaster as a Prime Minister in our post-independence history. He's got nothing to talk about.
You've said that before. I will go across to Hitesh Jain. No, I asked you a question about why is it crucial for the Congress to retain Karnataka. I'm glad you're being candid to say it is very crucial. This is, after all, the last of your big states that you hold. Hitesh Jain, I want to ask you this question. Is it equally crucial for the BJP to win Karnataka? Because this is the only southern state where you have managed to win in the past. You have not broken bastions in Andhra or in Tamil Nadu or in Kerala. This is the only South Indian state where you've been able to have formed the government in the past, and which is why political compromises have been made. I mean, you know, somebody who looked like a political untouchable until not too long back, Yedurappa, has been brought in. So I'm just trying to ask you, while it's crucial for Congress because they have nothing other than Karnataka, for you, this is the only gateway to South where you have tested success.
Undoubtedly,
Hitesh?
This is our gateway. Undoubtedly, this is our Karnataka is our gateway to the South, and we are very confident that we are going to win with a thumping mandate. Undoubtedly, we have. That is the reason we campaign very seriously. Our senior leaders have campaigned. Prime Minister personally devoted a lot of time for the Karnataka election. So that shows our seriousness. And not only Karnataka, whether it is municipal corporation, whether it is a state election, or whether it is any other election, we take every election seriously. Elections are 24/7 this thing, and you cannot do like a part-time politics when you are contesting the election. You have to be focused. You have to take it seriously, and of course, Karnataka is a gateway to.
Okay. You take every election seriously, people will say a tad too seriously. But Aarti Jairath, I'm going to come back to you and I will urge each one of you to be brief. I've just got 3 odd minutes left on the show. And Aarti Jairath, you know, while on the Karnataka election campaign trail, Rahul Gandhi has made his ambitions of being Prime Minister rather evident. And he says if the Congress party has the numbers, he will undoubtedly be the Prime Minister. He's essentially told people that if he wins the mandate, he's not going to find his own Manmohan Singh. Has he done that too prematurely though? Because there isn't an anti-Modi or an anti-BJP bloc that still has been cemented. He will need those numbers. I mean, I'm presuming the Congress doesn't believe that it can get a 275 all on its own.
Yeah, but you know, Supriya, I mean, tell me, if somebody asks you a question, look, he's the Congress president, right? He's in politics, and politics is a pursuit of power. I mean, obviously, anybody who's in politics should dream of becoming prime minister one day, and especially if you head a party like the Congress party. And I think he added the caveat very clearly that if the Congress has the number, then he will be the prime minister. You know, why shouldn't he say be prime minister, you know, and all the rest of it? Earlier he was accused of running away from responsibility. Now he's saying that yes, he's ready to take on that responsibility. I think it's a fair enough statement. But the fact is that until he wins the mandate, you know, okay from whoever will be his alliance partners, he cannot be prime minister. So, you know, I mean, it's very simple. He has to have the numbers to be the prime minister. If he doesn't have the numbers, he doesn't become prime minister. But and it's very clear.
No, I think that's a valid point. If somebody asks you, will you be the prime minister? What do you say? No, I'm not going to be the prime minister. I'll run away. I guess the logical thing to say is yes, I will be. But Hitesh, my question to you really is that Mr. Modi, in response to Rahul Gandhi's statement of being prime minister, said he is arrogant and a little too immature. Do you believe the prime minister can afford to be dismissive about the Congress party president or the Congress party?
Well, why not? I mean, at the end of the day, the qualification to become the Congress president is dynasty and being somebody and coming from some family. But to become the Prime Minister of India, you have to win the election nationally. Today, Congress is not in a position to go across double digits. They cannot get more than 44. On 15th, when we will have a debate, you will realize the number of seats they will obtain. What is the situation? They are, as it is, preparing the excuse to blame Siddaramaiah, claiming that if there is a loss, it will be the loss of the leadership of Siddaramaiah. I mean, elections are, I mean, to become a prime minister is not a joke. You have to contest the elections, you have to campaign, the parties have to win. You take the example, ask NCP, ask SP, ask Mayawati. I mean, they are begging SP and DSP that whether they should contest 2 seats. They cannot even contest the bypolls and all. If that is the stage of a national party who once upon a time held 400 seats, and they used to win like close to 75 and 77 seats in UP, and now they are reduced to the situation where they are being told that you will get only 2 or 3 seats. So that shows Mamata Banerjee says don't contest.
Can I answer?
No, I mean, if you are not going to contest in 250 to 300 seats, and you are in the fight only for 200 seats, there is a question of...
I don't know. Okay. Okay.
At the end of the day,
Hitesh Jain, I think the biggest politicians... No, Hitesh Jain, I think you make a spirited point there, but I think the biggest and the best politicians will say it's never served anybody's purpose to be dismissive about the opposition. But that said, I am completely out of time. Sanjay Jha, very quickly, want you to talk about a question that I've had in mind. There have obviously been a sea change in Rahul Gandhi's engagement on social media. He appears more confident. He's, putting out those smart one-liners. But can all of them make him believe that he can take on the political might, the well-oiled, ruthless political machinery, 24/7 politicians like an Amit Shah and Narendra Modi?
You know, Supriya, the people of India are very discerning. They remain quiet, they watch everybody, but they are eventually very intelligent, sensitive, and perceptive enough to know the truth from the lie. And I can tell you this for a fact, Narendra Modi's rhetoric, flamboyant speech making is now run its course. The shelf life is on fast diminishing returns. Mr. Gandhi has made a very pertinent point. You hear him say it repeatedly. It's not just Karnataka. The Congress party is going to win Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Mizoram. Watch for it. We are already geared for these elections. In 2019 of May, India will have a new Prime Minister taking oath. I think the country does not want a politician or a political party or a leader who's communally divisive, who's basically spreading hate and poison in our society, who's done nothing on the economy, zero in terms of foreign policy. Absolutely. In fact, we wonder where is governance gone. There's been no governance for the last 4 years, and we can expect nothing for the next one either. So the country is going to vote for change. The ground reality is shifted remarkably. A lot of people, they used to smirk when we used to say a week is a long time on politics, and don't underestimate the strength of the Congress party's resilience, its character, and its ability to fight back. We fought for India's freedom at a time when the RSS and Jan Sangh were with the British. And now the time has come when the people of India are going to vote the Congress party back.
Okay, so there's a spirited defense from the BJP, who believes, Hitesh Jain believes the BJP is going to win with strong numbers. The Congress believes it's going to be a day that will belong to the Congress party when Karnataka has called an election. But on that note, Aarti Jairat, Sanjay Jha and Hitesh Jain, thanks very much for being with us as we discuss and debate how politics in Karnataka is going to pan out, the press conference of Rahul Gandhi, and of course the counter-attack from the Prime Minister on all of that. On this very special edition, Battleground Karnataka, news and updates continue right here on the channel.